Hello and welcome. I just wanted to take the opportunity to make this video so I could introduce myself to everybody. I know sometimes before going to see a practitioner, it's kind of nice to get a feeling for them. So I'm wearing my little Clarity Wellness t-shirt here so that you can remember where to go to find more information. And one of the things that is the first thing that I usually do with people is to get centered. And so a lot of us may already know how to do this. And I know yoga is really popular these days, meditation, at least here in Northern California and Silicon Valley, where it is kind of becoming a necessity to survive in this fast-paced context. So the way that I typically do it when working with clients is I encourage them to have both feet flat on the ground and have 90 degrees pretty much at the knees and at the hips if you're sitting in a chair. And then I'll go ahead and ask them to place one hand over your heart and one over your belly. And then I do encourage them to try not to move the chest. Sometimes I ask someone to take a deep breath and they go, and it's kind of more shallow breathing. So I try to encourage people not to move the chest, to only move the belly. So I'm going to try to kind of twist here to the side so you can see my belly more. So when I breathe in, my belly inflates out like a balloon, and I breathe out, kind of deflates. And I can do it just through my nose and out and in and out. And if you are a singer, you may have already been taught to do some kind of diaphragmatic breathing, where you're really taking a big breath in so that you have more air, longer to hold notes and more power and that kind of thing. So in working with people, I find some people have taken yoga and they are really good at this. And in yoga, I think typically they teach you to first breathe through the belly and then kind of move up, inflate the lungs, and then feel it in your airway. So that's great. But some people I have seen are just not used to this kind of breathing. And most of us, when we're babies, if you watch a baby lying down on his or her back, you can typically see the belly rising and falling. But as we get older and things occur, if we've had trauma, if we've had just stress, tension, pace of life, what have you, then we kind of get into this habit of not breathing fully. And I kind of catch myself now. It took a while for me to get this down and do it more and more. But now I especially catch myself in the car. If something happens, someone, cuts me off unexpectedly, then I'll just have to really focus, like, oh, I'm holding my breath, so let's take a deep breath, and it really helps. Same thing if I have some uncomfortable interaction with someone's getting confrontational or aggressive, I will have to kind of focus on doing that as well. So hopefully that helps out. And this is kind of a very basic thing. Someone told me once, breathing is just basic. If we can't get that, then I guess a more positive way would be to say, if we can get that, then it's going to help us so much in so many ways. And one more thing in the energy medicine realm is that our hands are like electromagnetic kind of centers, almost like magnets, so we can use them to move energy around. So by placing one hand or both hands on different energy centers or different places in your body, they're working with your arms as jumper cables, and they're kind of helping to conduct the energy between those areas. So I find that helpful. A lot of people, I've told them that they can try this before going to bed. One hand over their heart, one over their belly, or even on their lower chakra, root chakra. And people have reported back that it really helped them sleep right away. So something to try. And if you're not getting the isolation of that muscle of being able to do that, I suggest trying it when you're lying down. And I think somehow in lying position with a gravity, it's easier for some people to learn how to do it initially. So that's that. And then just from the kind of psychological standpoint, I know a lot of people I work with, including myself, we kind of have to practice being really compassionate with ourselves. And so there's something very comforting about putting the hand over the heart and the belly, I would say. And you can experiment, move it around. A lot of people hold their stress in the solar plexus area here above the belly button. And if you're having a really hard time, if you just really try to push out in that solar plexus area, like literally push your hands away from you, that's a way to kind of free the diaphragm, just as if you constrict and contract. For some people, that helps them release those muscles. So I hope you enjoy this very short, basic video. And again, a lot of you may already know this, but this is an opportunity for you to see me and see if you might feel comfortable working with me. Take care and hope you're doing very well.